Hey there everyone, today we are going to be doing a decluttering and organizing marathon. So you're going to get almost 3 hours of decluttering and organizing motivation. I hope you guys are ready. Just put this on and you will be able to clean, deep clean, whatever you need to do, declutter, organize, or just hang out with me for a while. I am so glad you are here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let's get started. This video has been filmed in little pieces for probably 2 months because there's just been so many moving parts in the house, and Chris has been wanting to tackle this garage. Now I did this video, a video where I did a huge declutter in here, and you all seemed to love it. And we got a lot done, but I was taking care of my items. So today he is taking care of his items. So as he goes through here, we are also going to try to make some room for our workout equipment because we are going to make our workout and our health a priority. And then while he's at work, I'd like to go ahead and step in here and try to help any way I possibly can. Now, I don't always declutter with him at the same time. We do a lot, but sometimes we have to divide and conquer. And depending on what Emma is doing or what the kids are doing is pretty much dependent. That is how we know what we're going to be doing. So things got left out, of course, because that's the way it goes. And I'm coming back in here and taking care of some of this. Just going ahead and decluttering some more items, throwing things away. And any of the things that he had pulled out, like my wreaths and some of my decor, I am going to start organizing that now. We are going to do some of the laundry out here. I always say we because I'm thinking of you and I. We are coming out here to do the laundry while I'm doing the laundry, and you're watching me, hopefully. And I, as you can see, have a washer and dryer that is in the garage. So if you leave laundry out here, it goes bad very quickly. And this particular blanket, which I love, it just started wrapping around some of the other items, and it got left in here for a couple days, and it got so bad. It got so stinky. And one thing I have noticed that if you leave laundry, laundry has a smell if you leave it in there. But since we have well water, it's a different type of smell. You got to let me know if you have well as well. Let me know if you notice that as well, that it just has a different type of odor if it gets left out. I don't know. And so I'm also went through some of the boxes, and I'm going to put these lanterns out. They had been packed up this whole time. So if you're new here, we just left our 3,500 square foot house to this house here in the little country, and just trying to slowly but surely make it a home. I'll be honest, I am completely overwhelmed. I don't even know where to start. How could it be time to get another dumpster? Like, where did this stuff come from? This is why I declutter so much. I'm going out with you tonight. Are you close to here? So I'm going through some of the Christmas items now. So when I had filmed this portion of the video, I had just put up the tree that you saw in last week's video, which if you haven't seen that decorating video, when this video is done, it is going to be, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the end cards. I would love for you guys to go check that out. If you went to go check out that video, that would be so awesome for me. But I also do a how-to tutorial, on how to decorate a tree like a pro, even though I will say I am not a pro and I know that, but I do definitely try. So here are some of the items that I did not use for this tree, and I knew what I wanted to do for the living room tree. So I'm starting to put things in bins, and the things that I know I want, I'm going to put in here, and the things I don't, I'm going to go ahead and declutter them and get rid of them. Once the holidays are over, I'm going to be doing a huge sweep because I'm not going to store things that I don't love. But I don't want to get too heavy into that yet because I do have more trees I want to decorate and I don't want to go spend any money. So I'm going to use what I have. If you're anything like me, and when you get into that creative headspace, everything just kind of falls by the wayside, and it gets very, very messy for me when I start decorating and creating things. So I'm having to clean up a lot of this mess. Also, while I was out and about, I started picking up some Christmas gifts because, again, I have so many kiddos, and we shop for 7 kids now. And I also shop for Isabella's significant other, so she's my number 7. And I need to go ahead and start shopping now, otherwise it is just way too overwhelming. So I'm also going to put some of those things aside, and these little spirals and little extras I'm going to go ahead and get rid of.
We had something. Tonight I'll be guessing, but I don't really have a case.
So I know many of you have not quite decorated for Christmas, which I understand. I used to not put out my Christmas until the evening of Thanksgiving, but when I became a content creator about 6 years ago, I had felt the push and the urgency to get it out sooner and sooner. And this year, I can honestly say I don't feel tethered to that urge anymore. I really feel confident in doing my own thing on my own timing. Now, if a brand wants something out, they do want things out in November, and that's just the way brands work. And I know that's why a lot of content creators pull things out. But what I wanted to say to you is this season, with everything being in your face and so much consumerism out there, I want to encourage you to be motivated and be inspired, but don't feel obligated to buy anything. If I do sponsored content, please don't feel obligated. I'm sharing it with y'all because I genuinely love it. I think it might be a good gift option or something for you, but don't feel so compelled to go out and buy the newest things that people are showing you. I know it's hard, and I have been in that cycle for a long time, but I really feel so confident in doing my own thing, kind of marching to the beat of my own drum and not being blinded by everything that's being pushed in our face. So I just want to encourage you, if you're ever here, just know that I'm here to motivate you, inspire you. That does not mean you have to go out or should feel like you need to compare yourself or get anything that you don't need. It's your Christmas tree, Emma.
This is my Christmas tree.
That's your tree.
It's your tree.
Can it be our tree?
Oh, no, it's my tree.
Yeah, it's Mommy and Emma's tree.
And mine. And yours.
And mine and yours.
And mine.
That's right, it's yours too.
Look, that's a star.
Whoa! Here, put them in this bag so they don't fall everywhere. That's what I was doing. Good job. What Thank you, bestie.
You're welcome. I'm a bestie. I help you.
You are my bestie all the time, every day.
Now I
Yay! I couldn't do it without you. You are my helper.
I'm really stronger.
You're really strong.
Oh, this one. Mommy, this one's mine.
Strategy smart. I'm not gonna defend my beating heart. Defend my beating heart. Defend my beating heart. Talk to me, just talk to me. Talk to me, 'cause I'm not gonna defend my beating heart.
I got these, I almost said crayons, these markers here. And they're to fill in anything on the wood. Now this wood looks like a gray oak or something. And it didn't have a grayish color, so I tried to mix some of the colors up. If I didn't like it, I just used the wood cleaner to get it off. I did not love the way it looked when it was all said and done, but I'm gonna have to try to find some sort of marker that would match this oak a little bit more. A brand had sent me these really beautiful roses that they're like forever roses, and I was going to work with them, but I always take products first to see if I like them before I agree to work with them. That's what I usually do. And so they sent it to me, and my kids hit the roses and the petals fell on this desk, and it ate through the varnish, y'all. I mean, it ate straight through the varnish. So I did not work with the company, and I will not share their name because it was not their fault. They didn't know. And when I spoke to the lady, she was so apologetic and she was so apologetic. But I'm like, don't even worry about it. I'm not going to share your name. I just want to let you know I don't think I should follow through with the partnership because I would feel obligated to let them know my experience, and we just mutually just stepped away from each other, which is totally fine. I'm okay with doing that. But I have not been able to fix the desk, and it makes me so sad because this was a huge investment for Chris, and I wanted it to be just, I should have put glass on it like he told me to do initially, and I didn't. And so now I'm going to have to try to figure out how to cover up the mark. But I do have a black marker here, and it's working great for this table. I'm going to start putting away more of our fall decor. I did not decorate for Halloween this year, but I did get that decor steel box. Decor steels box. Let me get that right. And it came with these jack-o'-lanterns, which were precious, but we just decided this year that we as a family weren't going to decorate for Halloween. So while we were in Home Depot, Emma did get herself a little dancing doggy. Actually, I'm sorry, that was TJ Maxx. And we had some old things left around, but I wanted to put these things away as well. I don't know if we will ever decorate for Halloween again. It's just something that we're trying to work through as a family and work through our convictions and our just discernment with everything. But I'm going to put all of it away, and Chris is going to put it in the attic, and then I'm going to come right here. Actually, I'm already in here, as you can see, and I'm going to separate the clothes because we have laundry to do like always. And I try to get a lot done working around my kids. I don't like to ask my kids for help, okay? I just don't. Now, I will, but if I can get things done, like I can entertain Emma or she could take a bath while I get things done, that's what I would rather do. And they will help, and I have asked them for help, but I don't know. It's not just my kids, though, because I know I'm going to probably hear something about it. They do help, y'all. They do help. It's with anybody. I don't like to ask Chris for help. I don't ask my family for help. I don't ask my children for help. I don't ask anybody for help. And it is a toxic trait of mine, and I mean that sincerely. I have always been someone that's taken care of myself, and it's hard. It's hard because it definitely makes things harder on me, but it's like I just can't. I cannot ask for help. So I've got Emma in the bath here taking care of, we're taking care of that, and I'm going to declutter here in this sink area. Now I do need to get this bathroom painted. The paint is actually peeling off the wall, so I'm gonna have to sand that. I think I'm gonna put a wallpaper in here, but we're having a Christmas party on the 14th, so I'm gonna probably do that sooner than later. But I knew I needed to get rid of some of the items under here because after I decluttered the first time under here, I had realized there was just more stuff I literally never touched. And so for the questions out there, like, how do you declutter so much? Y'all, I wonder the same thing. But the reality is if it passes the test and it stays, I will keep my mind or my eye on it. And if it continues to stay and I don't ever use it and time goes by, I will eventually get rid of it. And that's why I do so many decluttering videos. I also wanted to say, in case my family or friends or y'all are listening, I have no issue whatsoever if others decorate for Halloween. So don't think that I'm like judging. I'm not judging at all. We as a family are just trying to figure out our stance on it, but we don't judge anybody else for what they do. That's a personal thing. Do you know what I mean? So I just want to put that out there because I would never want to come off as judgy or like that. That's just not my goal or my heart. And if my friends or family are seeing this, like, y'all do your thing, I love watching. We're just trying to figure out what we want to do for our family. So I came out here with the bag from the bathroom and I dumped it everywhere, as you saw. So then I'm like, oh, I need to clean up the garage a little bit more. So I did, and I had these cardboard boxes sitting here, and these from the one here on top from Costco are so difficult to break down. You know what I mean? So I had seen this hack and it is life-changing. You saturate all of your cardboard boxes. I only had 2, but this is going to be my hack forever. Saturate them completely, and then you can completely just crumble them up like little pieces of paper, and you save so much space. It is mind-blowing.
Just have to close my eyes.
Some more things got left out the night before, and when I was driving home, our home is kind of on the corner there, and I was blown away with how junky my house looked, because we just pulled everything out and we left it because we get so distracted and things just pull us away, and I was so embarrassed. So I stopped and I was like, this is my priority today. So I came and I cleaned up the side of the house. I put a ton of stuff on the trailer to take to the dump. I put some of the items that Chris still needs to organize and figure out what he wants to do with in over here, as you see. And so I just kind of stacked it in here for him to tackle when he got home, but I could not leave it outside anymore. One thing that I stand true to is it doesn't matter where you live, whether you're in your dream house or you're just wherever, you can take care of the space that you're in. I remember living in government housing. I've talked about it so many times, $275 a month, and it was government housing. But I'm gonna tell you, I put a potted plant at the front door. You know why? Because it was my place, and I was grateful for that place for where I was then, and I'm still grateful. So when I drove by my house, I was like, I cannot go out like this. My house cannot look like this. No, because we are thankful for this home. It's a beautiful home, and we are so thankful to have a roof over our heads, and our kids are healthy, and genuinely that's all that matters. All this other stuff is just fluff. So I wanted to honor the space that we're in. So I cleaned the porch off. Like I said, put stuff in the trailer to get rid of, and it looks so much better outside. And we also did some landscaping, which makes a huge difference. In the new year, we will be painting the house, which I'm really excited about. This house is really coming along. We definitely had hiccups along the way, but my goodness, I'm just really thankful for this place, and watching it transform has been such an honor and a joy. So we are thinking about putting, I know Chris wants to take the air handler and put it in the attic because he's an AC contractor. He can do that. We want to get a tankless hot water heater. And then we do want to make a little space here that's more like a laundry room with a door, just so we can have a little more privacy. Say if someone wants to work out or is in this garage, we don't want to be intruding in their space, because like if you work out, you would like to have some privacy, and genuinely I would like to have some more storage for this area. So that's definitely in the works. I got to build a wall to my kids' room first, but that is some of the dreaming we've been doing for this area. So I just realized that that is coming off the wall. This is a prime example of having an area that you're just trying to make the best out of. We've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. The couple of videos, actually quite a few videos ago, where I decluttered this area, it was primarily my stuff, and I made a whole section for it. Well, you can see here, that is all gone. It'll actually take you along. So I had the shelf over here, and we have since moved it over here, as well as the refrigerator and the freezer. This is the dilemma that I have. I'm sure that this is very common. When I come out here and do all of my stuff, I get it the way I like it. When Chris comes out and does all his stuff, he gets the way he likes it. Now, we don't necessarily organize the same way, and that's totally fine. But then he will, because I'm doing other stuff and I'm busy, look at Hazel sitting out there, little white speck. He'll kind of just cram my stuff into here. And then I'm like, oh, okay, there was more stuff hiding. I didn't realize. I'll take care of it. And I tell him, just put it over there, I'll take care of it. But now I'm coming back over here and I'm looking and I'm like, whoa, hold up. This is not what I expected. This is not what this is supposed to look like. So I can already see, I'm gonna have to go through all of this again. And then I have stuff here that I was using for Christmas. But when he organizes his items and he sees anything of mine, it just kind of gets put over here. Now, over here, we have way too many broken hampers. I'm gonna get rid of some of those. I'm gonna put these in those vacuum seal boxes or bags. I cannot have pillows as much as I want to have pillows. I just can't have pillows right now. My family, my kids don't appreciate throw pillows, so there's no point in trying to hold on to them. I'm just going to put them away for a bit. It is a bummer, but you just have to accept the reality. So as I was doing this right now, this has actually come straight out of the wall. And like I had mentioned, this is just a space that we're trying to make the best out of. When you have a home, if you cut corners too many times and you don't, you know, hang things up properly and put them in the studs, or, you know, seal up areas that are supposed to be sealed up, moisture comes in, things come out of the wall. I have never even touched. This is the way it looked when we bought the house. You're probably thinking, disgusting. I am too. I just, truthfully, I can't even take care of this right now. I just can't. I know that sounds like just why not do it. I can't do it because I still have all of this that needs to take care of. And I have to itemize or just like compartmentalize the things that I have to do. Chris had to come in here and fill all of this. Those were just open gaps. I think when we've talked about the spiders here, let me see if I can get you on there. We've talked about the spiders. This is where they were all coming from. And then in here, that's spray foam that he put up there. I'm trying to get you there. And then he spray foamed everywhere. Before he pulled everything out here, I just ran into that. That is gonna hurt. He caulked all this area. They've left the garage door quite a bit, so that's good. But it's just been something we've been tackling, and we just finished some of the landscaping. It's been a lot, but the great thing is we're making it our own, and so that is definitely the silver lining. Hazel's are so funny. This is when, like earlier in the video, I said I'm so overwhelmed. I still feel very overwhelmed because everywhere I look, I feel like there's something out of place and I don't know where to put it. That's my dilemma now. We just got to keep pushing through. That you really, when you feel overwhelmed with a task or a place or a room or a thing that you have to do, you know, we all think of the big picture, but when you're overwhelmed, you can't do that. You've got to itemize it. You've got to come down to the one thing. And the one thing for me to do today was to clean off the top of that washer and dryer, which I've done. Now that's just came out of the wall, so we'll figure that out. So I can actually say, yay, I've accomplished something. I'm proud of myself because I took care of all the stuff here. Now I just got to find a place for the cleaning stuff here. This garage is a basic 2-car garage, and we can definitely capitalize on this space better. But one of the challenges we have is the Christmas stuff is out. So where are we gonna? I don't want him to have to put all the bins back up just to pull them right back down. So I think that's something that we're gonna have to reevaluate in the new year. We've come a long way. I mean, you saw the way that looks, and all of that is open and free space, and we've got some good area there. So in my opinion, that's definitely a win. But I'm gonna continue cleaning off this area here. I don't want to clean this off and then just have all this down here. So I'm gonna tackle this, donate some more clothes, and figure out what we're gonna do here. Okay, found some CDs. Oh my gosh. family photos for 2010, wedding, mixtapes, Easter '09. Oh my gosh. I love finding stuff like this. I kind of just wish we could get rid of all the technology. I know, like, I use it and stuff, but there's a huge part of me that's just like, let's just be done. Let's be done with it. Let's be done with all of it. Can we just go back to our kids playing in the streets? Not the streets, you know what I mean? Playing in the yard and having a good time, not feeling like this pressure of social media. Ugh. That's what I want to get back to so bad. So incredibly bad.
We let it all go at midnight. Looking at the stars to find ourselves full of life, inspired at the same time. It's a star, it's a light, it's a signal fire. It's the sound of your voice cutting through the night. It's a song, it's a note, it's reflected light. Keeps us dancing through the static and I hear you sigh. Said I think we were born for it. I think we were born for it.
Okay, so I took care of this. This is going to be Goodwill. Can't take it out there right now because it's raining. This is going to be trees for the inside. I need to get a vacuum seal bag for the pillows, and then I will recycle those hampers. Put some of the extra bins right there just until we figure out what we're going to do with them. Here are some extra bins right here. And then I did just put this stuff here because there's just nowhere else for it. I don't want to try to even find more space. See how this is kind of slanted down? We really did. I mean, it's kind of, I feel like it's so hard to see, but we really did get rid of so much stuff. And I really feel like we could get rid of so much more. Okay, so we knocked it out. I mean, we still have a lot to get done, but we still did a lot. So let this be encouragement. If you leave a project and you don't walk away feeling like the angels singing and everything worked out perfectly, we still have so much we need to do, but we have so much that we need to fix as well. So there are times in these decluttering projects where you just have to like put a pin in it and hold off for a second. Make the best and make the space usable and more functional, but just know that you're gonna have to come back and do it again. But everything's a work in progress. Even if you get it perfect and you're loving it, it's always a work in progress. You'll always have to maintain it. You'll always have to go back and take care of it, because that's just life. You have to maintain anything that you want to keep orderly and organized. So it's maintenance. I think we need to do more than maintenance out here, but it's so much better. We were able to get so much more valuable real estate right here to be able to use the workout equipment. So that's a win in my book. So this is not Pinterest perfect. This is not Instagram worthy, but this is real life. A lot of us have limited space, and a lot of us just can't snap our fingers and make it look absolutely beautiful and coordinated, color coordinated, and that's okay. You need to know that that's okay. When you see that, that is that is their reality. That's not everybody's reality. So don't hold yourself to this unrealistic standard. This is what it's like to have real stuff in your house. So I want this to be an encouragement to you. I started feeling really down on myself, like, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look motivating. This doesn't look, you know, good and encouraging, but this does look real, and there's nothing else I can do about that, the good, bad, and the ugly. So we're just gonna, there goes a crow on the roof of the house. We're gonna put a pin in it. We're gonna come back to it, but we got things done, and we need to congratulate ourselves when we're able to at least get things done from A to B to C. At least we did it. So if you see a space that isn't coming out the way you want it, and you feel like you're gonna have to come back to it, that's normal. This is normal. So that's why we're here doing this together, because we're constantly decluttering. We're constantly just trying to make our space more functional. So I love you all so much. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was motivating and encouraging. I am looking forward to the new year already. I'm not trying to rush. I'm not rushing, but I'm looking forward to when all of the holiday stuff is out of the house and I can really get down to the nitty gritty of things. So I'm loving the house decorated for Christmas, loving it. Next week will be another Christmas clean and decorate, so check out my last week's video, and I did a whole how you decorate your tree tutorial in there. I would love for you to check out that video. Also, we've got more decorating videos coming and more cleaning and whatnot, so I'm just so excited you're here. I love you all so much. Would you give this video a thumbs up? It really does help my channel out a ton, and I would love for you to consider hitting that subscribe button where if you just want a realistic internet bestie that cleans, declutters, organizes, decorates, and does home renovations with you, you have come to the right place, and I'm so thankful for you. If you are still here at this video, will you put a heart emoji down there? I just want to say thank you. Time is so valuable, and just the idea and the amount of appreciation I have that you spent your time with me is just enormous. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, and I just want you to know, I know the season can be difficult for many, but I am here with you. I love you, and we're gonna do this together. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Welcome everyone to this week's video. I am so glad you're here. We are going to be doing an undecorate and huge declutter. We're also going to be organizing today. So I hope you're ready. I'm so glad you're here. So let's get started. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday, and we have things we have to do. And I don't know if you're taking your Christmas down or whatever you decorate or whatever you celebrate and you decorated for. I'm not sure if you're taking it down now or when you are. Let me know in the comments below. But generally, I will wait until New Year's Eve to take everything down. But since this whole YouTube gig, and I put things out much earlier, because honestly, I just feel comfortable enough to do so. But I decided to take it down earlier because it's been up for so long, and I am just so ready to get my life back in order and get ready for the new year. One thing about me is I love Mondays. I love the first of the month. I love New Year's. I love all of that. I just feel like it is a great way and a good incentive to get things in the right direction, and just it's a new beginning and a new start. So I wanted to go ahead and tackle this now. I was going to leave it up for just a couple more days because we were planning on having another family get together, but that was actually moved to my sister-in-law's house. So I decided, you know what? I'm in the mood. Let's go ahead and take it down. So I want everyone to meet my newest love, and she is a Maine Coon, and I adopted her. As you can see, she's quite large, but she's not very old, but she just kept getting passed up because she's not a kitten and tiny, and that just broke my heart. And of course, I love kittens. I would love a kitten, but I have an affliction for the less love anything. So she's gorgeous. She is the most beautiful creature, the most lovable baby ever, and I am so happy to have her part of the family. She's getting acclimated in my room. She's getting very comfortable. She loves the kids. She loves the animals, but she's not quite ready to venture out in the house. But I just wanted to have you guys officially meet my girl. She's a big girl. Come here. She's going to get huge. She's going to get huge, and I'm absolutely, literally obsessed with her. The sweetest breed I have ever had in my entire life, and I've rescued cats since I was itty bitty. My mom always rescued cats, and I had them, but sweetest little girl ever. If you've had a Maine Coon, you know the personality is just incredible. Look at that face. Look at her. She's stunning. Taking all of the items down from the top of that bookshelf and cleaning it. It definitely needed a good dusting. Moving over to here, taking the garland down and dusting this area as well. When I decorated this year, this is our first year in the house, so it was just kind of trial and error. But I really liked the way I decorated this year. Some things I wouldn't do, some things I may add, but I was very pleased. I didn't get overwhelmed at all with the stuff. But that is because I didn't use the majority of my stuff. And when we decorated, and I talked about this, just use what brings you joy and what makes you happy. And that is what I did. So I knew with that mindset when it was time to take it all down that I would have a lot of decluttering to do and a lot of organizing. So I'm taking all of the items from the dining room and I am putting them on the table. I'm taking all of the garlands and I'm grouping them with like items. And then I am going to all not decorate, but I'm going to organize all of this. Also, get rid of the things that I no longer need. And I was really surprised how much I actually let go of. So what I'm gonna do now is go through the items. So I love everything about the dining room tree, the navy blue and the green. There's nothing I wanna change. There's nothing I'm gonna buy for it next year. That's perfect. So I'm gonna take all of the ornaments and all the decorations of this tree, put it in one bin and then label it. That means I gotta go through all the decorations that didn't make the cut. Sounds ridiculous. That didn't make the cut for next year. I'm gonna do the same thing for the red tree in there. So I'm gonna go through here and kind of just get rid of anything that doesn't bring me joy, if that makes sense. So there are some things that I will change about the red tree next year, mainly with the ribbon and stuff like that. So some things are staples I'm gonna keep, but I think for a lot of it, I'm gonna try to do about at least 50% of it. I do want to go ahead and donate it. Oh my gosh, I forgot this. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it super duper organized. So next year, it's easier for me. Remember, we do things for our future selves. So my future self is gonna thank me. I don't know why getting rid of things is so hard. I look at each thing and I'm like, what if I ever do a snowball tree? What if next year I want to do red and white tree? Like, I do want to do an antique tree. So I actually think these balls I'm gonna keep because I do want to do like a vintage tree with like little crystal teardrops all over it and these types of birds. I loved them so much. I purchased them, but they didn't go for either tree. I would like to add that to my decor next year. So I am gonna keep that. I'm gonna kind of let it be maybe like pink and white or something, like in this tree. If you're having trouble getting rid of stuff, especially things that bring back memories, say this stuff really brought back a lot of memories for me, which it does. When I decorated my last house, the very first year we did black and champagne, and that was a really good memory. It was a really sweet time, but I am just reminding myself that by making this space for other things, that makes space for more memories. So by making this space and getting rid of the things that no longer fit me or fit my life, that I'm actually opening up space for new memories and new things to happen. And that's kind of how I think of things. Even if it comes to like cleaning, decluttering, not cleaning, but clothes decluttering. That's kind of how I think about it. Like, oh, I really love this shirt, but it doesn't fit good anymore. I'm not gonna hold on to it because I'm gonna make space for something else. Or just have space. What should we do with our Christmas cards? Tell me what you guys do with your Christmas cards in the comments below, because I do not ever throw them away, but they just kind of...
I think we should throw them away. Hey guys, I just want to make sure you know how proud I am of this lady. She doesn't know that I'm doing this. Like, she has no idea.
Nope.
That, oops, sorry.
The embarrassment is real. My face is kind of red.
She just hit 100K, y'all. Like, she did that jump. Like, she is a boss. And she works really hard.
You're gonna make me cry. You know, I can't talk about that stuff. I know, I love you.
She's so good. She's so good. You are lucky.
No, you are lucky.
Yeah, well, I know, but so are they.
Makes me cry.
I was restless and stranded on my own. Time seems endless, but nothing's going.
Something about me, I get embarrassed pretty easy. I am a very shy person. I'm very quiet unless I feel comfortable in the space that I'm in, but that usually will take me time. I have been told time and time again that I look kind of mean just because I am really just sitting back and observing everything, trying to feel comfortable in a space. But I have always been told, like, oh, I didn't know you were going to be nice. And I'm like, I'm not a mean person. I'm just literally taking it all in because I am so shy and I am so sensitive. I just like to observe everything. And so Chris will often, when we get in front of people, or like you just saw, he will, you know, congratulate me or just kind of dote on me for a minute. And I always get so embarrassed. I'm so thankful and I love it. It just always, my face turns red, my ears turn red, my chest turns red. I always just get so nervous, but I am so thankful for how much he loves me and how much he supports me. And I am just so thankful for you for being here. I have aspired to reach this milestone for 6 years. I have watched pretty much all, and I would say pretty much all of my friends pass me up, and it has been very hard. I've taken it very personally. I mean, how can you not? And so I let it go. I just let it go. I said, you know what? I don't know why I am where I'm at, but God does, and He knows me better than I know myself, and He is protecting me from things that I don't know that are out there. So in His timing. And I am so thankful for this opportunity. I have never won anything like an award. I've never gotten an award in my life. And this is really big for me. And I feel really proud of myself because there were so many times where I wasn't sure I should keep going. And there were so many times where I just felt, I don't know, I was losing hope. And it just got really difficult. But coming on here and reading your comments and the love and the encouragement always brings my heart so much joy. I really just can't express that enough. It just brings me so much joy. And when I am feeling sad and not remembering my purpose and not knowing what I'm doing here, just spending time with you all on this platform really and truly fills my heart up. It fills my cup up. And so I'm just so thankful, because if it wasn't for your love, your encouragement, your kind comments, I don't know that I could have kept on going, because it is a very difficult thing. And if you're a content creator, you know the ins and outs and all the nitty-gritty that not a lot of people know about. But I'm just so eternally grateful for the support of my husband, my friends and family, and for you all. On to the next day. So I got the majority of the stuff done from in here, but now it's time to bring in all the totes and bins, and now we are going to be decluttering those and being very mindful of what we pack up and what we let go of. I have been ready to do this process for a long time. Now, last year, I did a huge declutter. I really did. I got rid of a ton of stuff, but there is always more that can be reconsidered and can be taken care of. So that is what we're going to do right now. And this is just a time to kind of reflect on each item you have and just realize, is this something that's going to value me and value my family for the future? Does this bring back memories? Is it just something I purchased just because? Being very mindful about the things that I keep and the things that I let go of. So for us, we like to organize our things with like Christmas colors, so it looks obvious. Also, clear bins are very helpful, but I will make labels for these with a little, it's called a Nimbot. It's so silly. A Nimbot, I got it from Temu, and it actually works pretty darn good. Little tiny labels I'm going to put on here just so it's easy. But clear, in my opinion, is the way to go, honestly. These big totes, I never know what's in there, so obviously labeling is super important. But I am going to kind of repurpose these bins here. They're actually for ornaments, and I had so many ornaments for each tree that it never fit in here. And one thing that I do not love is when I have to use multiple containers for the same thing. I want everything in one container. Luckily, 90% of all of our ornaments are shatterproof or plastic. So with that, I kind of just put them all in one bin and not worry about it. And if there are any like precious ornaments that potentially could get hurt, I will put those in a separate bin, which you guys will see later on. A bin within a bin, or wrap them with some bubble wrap like I am doing right here. I had another piece to this, but my kids were kicking the soccer ball in the house. And what is so funny to me is when I asked Liam, I'm like, what happened? He's like, I kicked the inverted vase. I kicked the inverted vase. I literally said, Liam, that's a Christmas tree. He was like, looks like an inverted vase to me. So yeah, now I have one single solitary lonely little vase, but that is okay. It just wasn't meant to be here. I will also use stockings, tree skirts, holiday blankets, and things like that to kind of protect any of the harder items, things that could get broken. So I always use what I have, and I encourage you guys to do the same. Towels are a great way to protect all of your Christmas things that could get broken. So I'm not sure how you guys store your Christmas cards, but for me, I have such enormous guilt if I see them getting thrown away. So I just bought a little, I don't know what this thing is called, little metal ring thingamajiggy, and I'm putting holes in there with the hole punch, and then I just store them on this ring and just look back at them, because I feel like if someone cares enough to send me and my family a Christmas card, my goodness, I am going to keep it for years to come. I know how much they cost, and I honestly just genuinely appreciate the consideration and thinking about us during this time of the year. So any Christmas card we get, fancy or not, it goes right here.
special memories. They're all including you and me. You make me forget that I'm shy. And now with you I'm pretty wild. BFFs for life. Feel so good inside.
Coming right here, and I am taking this little tree that we put outside. I actually had this in the boys' media room or bonus room in the last house. It's kind of scrawny, but she gets the job done. Got it from Kohl's last year, and I believe it's a 7.5 foot. And I put it out here now, and I love it. We didn't decorate it, nothing, but it gave the most beautiful just ambiance out here. I also put the little 4.5 foot My Texas Home tree out here as well. So highly recommend if you guys have some trees that you're not really in love with, they're kind of scrawny, they're kind of whatnot, sparse, bring them outside. Oh my goodness, they are so beautiful outside, and you don't have to decorate them. You don't have to fuss with it too much, but you don't have to fuss with it as much as I had to fuss with that box. That was insane. So in here, I am so sad to let this tree go. And I was holding on to this one. I planned on cleaning out the dining room completely just to kind of kick us off on getting things taken care of. But when I realized we weren't going to have a family get together, I decided, you know what? It just kind of happened. It just kind of flowed. The decluttering and taking down flowed into this area. And Chris took Emma to Tractor Supply. And I figured, you know what, this would be a good opportunity to go ahead and do it just in case I don't want her to be upset. And so I started taking everything down, and it was hard. This was a tree that I looked forward to looking at every single day. I loved both of them, truthfully, but there was something about this one. And I am not one to jump on viral trends anymore. I really won't. But there was something about this tree I wanted. So I did. I purchased the Home Depot 9 foot viral tree. And I'm going to tell you, it was worth every single penny. It was stunning, full, beautiful, realistic looking. It blew my mind. It exceeded my expectations. So I'm telling you this because I'm never going to push you to buy anything. However, I would encourage you to check out your local Home Depot and see if they have any on clearance because it's after the season, and pick one up. It was beautiful. And just for reference, in here we have about 20 foot ceilings, and this is a 9 foot. The 12 foot is absolutely stunning as well, but I don't think you could go wrong with any size. This tree is gorgeous.
I've always admired those who just do it, and they conquered their fears. They fall back down and they keep getting up, and they try to steer clear. I'm afraid, I'll admit. What if I'm stuck in my mind? I'm not great, neither rich, but will you stay here by my side? All the good times turn into memories, and the revelry goes on. Let's have a good time, night of the century. Our best days can't be done. All the good times turn into memories, and the revelry goes on. Let's have a good time, night of the century. Our best days can't be done.
It is cleaned out in here, and the room feels so much larger. I've got some things I want to do in here, but I'm going to wait. I'm actually going to do them today as I'm recording this voiceover. I'm going to do them today for next week's video. And I'm going to go ahead. I had an Amazon order. It came in, and just this really inexpensive little bag. I think it was $10. I got 2 for like $16. I can't remember. And I never can remember numbers very well, but this bag is awesome. Very, very flexible. So I put all of my garland in here. I actually used my wreaths for protection in my other red bin because there were some like hard things on the top and I just need a little bit of cushion. So I put all my wreaths, or excuse me, all my garlands in here. I could have put smaller wreaths in the middle, and this was awesome. This is an absolutely must in my opinion. It has very durable little plastic, so I'm going to label this as well. I'm going to put more garland in the other one, and as for reference, just so you know, this is a 30-inch bag.
I'll admit, what if I'm stuck in my mind? I'm not great, neither rich, but will you stay here by my side? All the good times turn into memories, and the revelry goes on.
I cannot believe how much I got rid of. I'm going to show you everything I got rid of. I cannot believe how much bigger the house looks with everything gone, and I really do already miss it. But on to new things, new beginnings. So I love you all so much, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for watching this video and spending time with me. Thank you for showing up for me and the encouragement. Please know as we start this new year how loved you are, how worthy. This world can be a better place because of you. It is a better place for me because of you, and I love you. I care for you so much, and if anything, and if no one's told you today, you are absolutely so loved and so worthy, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye, guys. For most of us, when the new year comes, we want to have a completely new and fresh beginning. And that will usually entail some serious decluttering and organizing, especially with all of the chaos and the busyness of the season. We are looking for a fresh start. So in today's video, I will be sharing this clip with you. I came to my sister-in-law's house and we decided to tackle my niece's room. It is a shared bedroom, and they are growing to a point where they're really not quite into the cutesy stuff anymore, and they want to go for a more boho chic look. But with all of the stuff in here, everyone feels utterly paralyzed and overwhelmed. So this is a great time for me to come in here and be of service to people I love, and also share this very relatable and honestly real content with you all. I feel like most of us think that we're doing something wrong if we don't have a Pinterest perfect or Instagram worthy spaces. But the reality is what you're seeing here is normal, and it's not a bad thing. This is what happens when life takes place. So in today's video, we are going to be doing an entire declutter of this room. I'm also going to be organizing the space as much as possible, getting it ready for my sister-in-law to come in the following weekend and paint. Then I will start to decorate it. I had hoped to be able to show you the footage of me decorating it, but if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that my car was stolen and driven under the bridge to a river. So I will discuss that more if you did not hear about it, but I won't go over it too much because I know I shared a lot of it on Instagram. But moral of the story, I was not able to get over here like I had anticipated, so I wanted to go ahead and get this decluttering and organizing video out, and then I will follow up with some really inspirational and motivational, most of all realistic, shared room makeover. When you are feeling overwhelmed by the space that you need to do, and I will usually say do a drawer, a closet, something like that. You don't want to take on too much if you're in that state of overwhelm, but if you have a task that has to get done, like this room did before she painted, it is really great if you could have somebody come over and kind of just get the process started. It works out great. That's why these videos do so well, because you can turn on these videos. There's so many amazing content creators on here that will motivate you and get you ready to really get things done. So for me, I also felt like I did not know where to begin. So the first thing I decided to do was go under the dresser. pulled everything out, every single thing, and the majority of it was trash. So that made me feel really good, and it instantly made this little section of the room feel cleared out. That gives me the motivation to keep on going. If you wait around for motivation to hit for you to get started on things, you'll be waiting a really long time because we cannot rely on that. However, if you can get up and get moving, that momentum of your movement will create the motivation that you need to make change. So, I just made that up and that was really good. I don't even know if I'll ever be able to repeat that. The momentum of the movement will give you the motivation to make change. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna have to write that one down somewhere. So tackled underneath. Now I'm gonna go to the top and then next to the dressers. Taking the items off of the wall will also help the room not feel quite so claustrophobic feeling and cluttered. Now, another thing I wanted to discuss is when you're trying to declutter for children that are having a very hard time, actually children or adults, anyone who are having a very hard time with letting things go, there is a conversation that has to take place before you touch their items. So when I was over here for our Christmas, I had already had a conversation with the girls. The older one was really ready and she's like, let's just do this. I want to do it today. The younger one loves everything. Everything means something. Everything has a purpose. Everything is amazing. And I love that. That's a wonderful quality to have. But it is very, very hard for her to let things go. So before I even came in here, she and I, earlier in the week, had a very long conversation. I told her the things that I wanted to do, and she told me the things that she felt comfortable with me doing. And so we had to meet in the middle. But ultimately, this is her space. These are her items. And it would not be right of me, even with the best of intentions, to come in here and start throwing her things away. That is very violating, and that would hurt a lot, and that would cause more damage than good. Even if Mama wants to get everything out of here, you have to take your time. You have to remember kids are who they are, and you can't force them in a little bubble of what you expect them to be. You also can't force your ideas of how you want your house to be on your kids. However, if it is destructive and you find that it is really negatively affecting them and making more mess than good, then that is when you've got to come to a compromise and a common ground. Not always easy, but most certainly doable. If you are enjoying this video and it is bringing value to you, would you please hit that like button and hit the subscribe button? I would love to have you join my YouTube family. I am so thankful that you are here, and I look forward to seeing you every single week with cleaning, decluttering, organizing, and decorating videos. Also, we're renovating our 90s house, so I'd love to have you come along with us.
Say you love me, say you don't. Just give me something so I can move.
Some questions that I have gotten whenever I do these videos is, how do I declutter my kids' room? So when it comes to kids or someone who really holds on to things, I really think that you could use this technique with anyone who has trouble letting things go. But for what I did is, when we were here earlier in the week, I explained to them what I was going to do. And they were definitely resistant. The older one was ready to go, but the younger one was very uncertain. So I explained to her the process. And I told her, I'm going to take out trash first. And I explained to her what trash meant. Things that are like crumpled up paper, bottles, wrappers, anything that might have holes and stains in that you can't use anymore. That's what I explained. But I was very clear. I was descriptive with what trash is. And I was very clear that if I wasn't sure that it was immediately trash, I was going to set it aside. I also let her know that if she's not comfortable with throwing something away, but she's not sure if she wants to keep it, we can also put that to the side. I wanted her to feel like she was in control. Now, I do know for adults who may have trouble letting things go, it might be a lot more intensive, but this is what I feel like works for kids. Like I had mentioned before, I don't want to go in there and take all of her stuff away. That's not my purpose. But I also know that not many of us work well in a cluttered space. But you don't know that you don't work well until you change it. Next, I had a sheet of paper that I had found, and her mom immediately put it in the trash. But I saw the older one's face, and she just wasn't sure about that. So I had asked her, do you want to keep this? She wasn't sure, and I explained if it's not an immediate yes, it's most likely a no. She still wasn't comfortable with it. So I asked her what she wanted to do with it, how she felt when she saw it. Again, she just didn't know. She just knew that when it went into the trash, it made an emotion rise in her. So I started to place it in the trash, and I saw her looking at it, and I continued on very slowly with getting rid of more stuff, but I felt like she was still emotionally stuck at that sheet of paper. So I looked at her and I said, okay, I can see on your face that you're not comfortable with that going in the trash. And I'm going to pull it back out. Now tell me what you see. What do you see when you look at it? What do you want to do with it? She really didn't know. And that was okay. It's okay for her not to know. Sometimes we don't know, but we know that it brings out an emotion in us. So I said, you know what? It's not a big deal. If you want to keep this, keep this. And if you decide you want to throw it away later, you can do that as well. It's yours to do what you want with it. And that's what we did. And we set it aside. A lot of times, and to speak for myself, I will do that. And then once I get more into my decluttering, I feel liberated. I feel like the momentum is there. Then I will end up probably getting rid of the stuff that I was like, oh, maybe I'll keep it. I usually will always go back through it and get rid of it. And I think for kids, it's the same thing. But just letting them know that they're in control of the situation and you're not going to throw away anything that they don't want. Decluttering is super emotional. It's a lot deeper than just getting rid of stuff a lot of the times. And we need to be respectful for that, for us and for others. Heading over to the dresser now. So this is a shared dresser for the girls. Now the ages of them right now are 11 and 8. I believe that's right. I always get a little mixed up. And they obviously will, the older clothes will get passed down to the younger. So that's what we have a lot of going on here. And things have they know, a lot of times chaos is controlled chaos. Like we know where our stuff is. Like our drawers can look crazy to everyone else. Our cabinets, our countertops can look wild to everyone else, but it's like controlled chaos. I know that stack of papers over there has everything that I need. I know that drawer or those in the closet. I know in that corner of a pile of clothes, it's stuff that I need. That's kind of how this was here. It just wasn't organized, but they knew what they were doing. So I wanted to make more room for new things coming in because she is growing out, the younger one's growing out of things very quickly. And I wanted it to be easier for the girls to access for school. So one of the things that I learned from one of my best friends ever, Amanda from This Crazy Life. Hey girl, I love you more than anything. She taught me in one of her videos years ago, you take an item like their shorts that fit them currently and then just hold it up to whatever you're going through, kind of hold, band like a waistband to waistband and length to length. And if it doesn't fit that, then get rid of it. That way it helps you get in there and tackle it before, like, so your kids don't have to come in there, because there are things like toys and those types of things, those are personal. And some items of clothing are too, but if it's a size 3 and you're an 8-year-old girl, it's time to let that one go. So Mama took care of this. Every time a little one came in, she's like, no, out you go. Like this dress here, this is for a 3-year-old. So I was looking at it, I'm like, girl, what is it doing here? But that's a little trick. Got it from Amanda. If I'm not explaining it properly, just hold the item you're thinking about decluttering up to an item that you know fits them now. And if it's smaller than the item you know that fits them now, then it's time to let it go. Okay, who is ready for some story time? Now, I have often said, well, my sister tells me a lot, some of the stories I have to share are just straight up crazy, okay? And one of the stories I told on Instagram is when I was in high school and me and my best friend were going to work, we showed up and the place had burned down. And when we went home to her dad, he said, why aren't you girls at work? And we said, it burned down. And he's like, yeah, you guys are full of, We really weren't, but I can tell you like 1,000 stories that are so crazy. And it's like, is this even really my life? But it's just how it goes. So after Christmas, we got the kids a dune buggy. I've shared it on Instagram. It was a splurge. I got it on Facebook Marketplace. Because, I'm not buying something like that brand new, which I would have at this point, but the next day it was broken. Chris fixed it. 2 days later, it's broken again. And now it's officially broken. It doesn't go or do anything. So I was really bummed about that. Well, then when I go and start to upload my footage, I go to get my computer to upload my footage the week after Christmas, my computer won't turn on. And I'm thinking like, this cannot be happening. The computer's only 2 years old and I paid a pretty penny for it because it's for YouTube. It's my job and I needed something reliable. And so it would not turn on. Took it in the next day and come to find out the motherboard blew on it. 2-year-old MacBook Pro, the motherboard blew, and I was so sad. And we had nothing else. There's nothing else that I can use. So I ended up having to purchase an iMac so I could just get these videos out. He still currently has my MacBook Pro that has all of the footage of the kitchen renovation and the kitchen declutter and organized. That's why I haven't posted it. I'm not trying to just hold it off. I don't have the footage. He has to get the motherboard working so he can start the computer up so I can get my footage. Okay. So that's all going on right after Christmas. Okay. So Monday, I wake up to take my kids to school. New year, new me, ready to go to the gym. The kids go outside. I've got my water bottle, got all my stuff. I'm telling Chris, like, okay, Emma's still sleeping. I'm going to take the kids to school. I'm going to go to the gym and I'll be back. And so the kids come back in and they're like, Mom, where's your car? And I was like, don't play. What? And so then I thought, well, sometimes we will park it on the side of the house if we're moving stuff. So I'm like, go look on the side of the house. And they did. And then Josiah came back in and said, Mom, your car's not there. And I was like, what? No, Go outside, look around. This was the 8th. I look around, go all around the house, and realize my car was gone. And panic just flooded my body. I called the police, got them to come out, did everything I had to do. Chris took the kids to school, and that was it. I called Nissan. I thought, I have a Nissan Armada. With today's technology, they should be able to find this thing. And so I went to my app and tried to locate it. It wouldn't locate, and then it said, you have to pay for this subscription. Mind you, I've had the car for 6 months. I'm like, you've got to be kidding. So I contact Nissan. I'm like, I want to pay for this subscription. I need to locate my car. So I pay $9.99. to get it up and going. And then I'm like, okay, my car's stolen. So they go and they put in an alert, basically the satellite or whatever sends out a signal to my car, and my car will send it back saying this is the location to help me and the cops find it. They said, we will let you know, we'll call the cops, and then they'll let you know where it's at, and then we can go from there. Well, I had called multiple times. They're like, nope, there's still no signal. And I'm baffled. Okay, I don't do well with sitting around. I'm fidgety, I'm antsy, I'm restless. I'm like, somebody find my car. Because the reality is, the longer it is not in my possession, the worse it's going to be, the more damaged it's going to be. Somebody find my car. And so continued to call, and they're like, nope. And I called late that night, nope, still no signal. And I said, how is this even possible? Does the car have to be on? You know, like, why are you what if this was involved in a serious accident or a serious crime? Like, you should be able to find my car. Well, sorry, man, it's not the way it works. Yada, yada, yada. So the next morning, like, I'm antsy. The next morning, Chris has to go to work, and Emma has her sitter come over for a little bit, and I'm sick. I'm sick to death of worry and anxiety. I'm like, my little naive brain is like, why is this so hard? I feel like this shouldn't be so hard. Just find my car. Well, even with today's technology, it could not be found. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to sit around here waiting. I just can't. So I drove about 2 hours in my neighborhood, like not my neighborhood, but my town, my entire town. Mind you, I've lived here about 20 something years ago, totally different lifestyle then. So I kind of know where the ins and outs of where I need to go. And that's what I do. And so I'm driving, I cry, I'm like, it's all these emotions, right? Because, you know, I mean, it's my car. Not only is it my car, but I've never had a new car, and it was a huge investment. It was something big. It was more than just a car. It was, you know, something that I could do for myself because I've been working, I've been saving money. It was just more than a car for me. So it's materialistic, and I know that, and lives are way more important, but today, in this moment, this is all I could think about. So I'm driving around, and then I had this I was like, Lord, I just need you to like direct me. Please, like, I'm begging, please help me, please. I need someone to help me. I need to find this car. And again, if you've gone through more serious things, you're probably like, that's ridiculous. But this is what I'm going through now, so I'm just relaying the story. And so then I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to go home. It's been about 2 hours. I'm not doing this anymore. And so right then, mind you, that morning, Tuesday morning, before I went out to look for my car, I sent out a Facebook community message to all the adjacent communities, all of their, like, you know, you have Facebook communities for those towns. So I sent out a big message, hey, someone stole my brand new car. This is what it looks like. I don't care who it is or who did it. You can be anonymous. Somebody just please help me. I don't care about anything, but just get my car back to me. Again, you can be anonymous. Just bring it back to me. Someone give me a lead. And so, you know, a lot of people commented about the GPS on it, and I explained. Well, then right as I was on my way home, after I felt this feeling like just go home. So I'm on my way home, and I get a ding, and I pick up my phone, and it's in like a little holder on my windshield, and I look, and it says, I'm 75% sure, and I'm going to put it right here. I'm 75% sure there's a Nissan Armada, and they gave me the roads and everything. And what color is yours? And I get it, and I'm like, white. Like, I'm trying to respond as fast as I possibly can. As soon as I respond, she responds, he or she, I don't know who it is, responds with a picture. And I was like, holy moly, the blood left my body. I was like, you've got to be kidding. So I was actually on my way home to go get Chris and talk to him. I turned that car right around, and I went right to the location. When I arrived, there was a gentleman already there. I walk up to his car. I'm not thinking, I know, probably not safe. I walk up to his car. He's like, is that your car down there? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think it is. And I start to cry. Then I get into Chris's car, and I drive down there like a crazy person. So basically, it's under a bridge between two rivers that meet together, freshwater rivers. And it's just the bridge. And so before that happens, you've got a lot of soupy woods and swampy nastiness, right? So I drive down there. I'm starting to get stuck. We're about to be in a massive storm. Schools were closed down. And I go down there like a crazy person. And I get out of my car, I'm like sinking in mud, and I look and I'm like, that's my car. That's my car. So I climb back into Chris's car. I call 911. He had already called the authorities. And then I'm trying to get back up where the road is, but I'm getting stuck. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I going to do? I took it really slow. I know how to drive in the mud. I took it slow. I got back to where we needed to be. Y'all, this is bananas, okay? So then, as the officers are showing up, the gentleman who initially saw it, he's like, oh my gosh, I saw it there yesterday. I knew something wasn't right. I just want to make sure you're okay. You're safe. The officer's here. I'm going to go ahead and go. And I was very appreciative. But then, as I'm sitting there waiting for the officer to pull up, and this man's already leaving, another car comes swinging in. Okay? And then he is starting to go down there where I just were to my car. Mind you, this is at a homeless camp as well. There's nothing but tents and sheets and tarps hanging in the woods right there. Okay? We're talking like 50 feet. Okay? So he comes in, he slams on his brakes, he looks at me, and he like points over in that direction, and I nodded my head, yes, that's mine. He puts his hand up in the air, he puts his car into park, and he gave me this crazy elaborate story about how he saw it there a couple days ago. And I said, well, sir, it just got stolen yesterday. And he said, well, a couple days ago, I go down there and I saw a car, and I knew it couldn't be there. It shouldn't have been down there. That's a mighty fine car. And, you know, his lifestyle was very questionable. That's all I'm going to say. And he was adamant to tell me more times than I can count that he was in my car. He touched my checkbook. He touched all my stuff. So just be prepared that they're gonna find his prints everywhere. He said it multiple times. He even said it in front of the officer, and the officer was like, "What?" He and I are looking at each other like, "Okay, we're gonna let this guy finish, and he's gonna drop off." So the officer's like, I'm going to go down there. And I'm like, I'm coming with you. Well, then the gentleman pulls me aside as I'm getting out of my truck. And he's like, listen, I can help you get it out. I have the type of vehicle to get your truck out. Nothing else is going to be able to pull it out, because I'm going to show you pictures. It was in the mud. She was like nosedive in the mud. And so I was like, okay, thank you. You can give me your number. And I had him actually text Chris the number in a message to Chris. So I head on down there, and I look, the officer and I are looking at it, and I'm like, yep, that's 100% mine. He gets back up to come, and the storm is coming. So more cops, 2 other officers come down there. I'm like, my window's down. I need to pull up my window. And so I'm like, can I climb on the car? Because mind you, it's surrounded by water. I'm like, can I climb on the car to the hood and pull the window up? And they're like, no, you can't do that. We have to prep it. We have to process it. We have to get forensics out here. And so the gentleman, he's like, we gotta verify the vent. Like a monkey, the guy like jumps on the car, hanging on to it, trying not to get his feet wet, gets the vent. Then he's like, all right, there's nothing much you can do. They were very kind to me. Go ahead and go back to your car. We're all going to go back to the car because forensics has to come. And after that, then we're going to release it back to you. You can tow it to where you want. It's up to you. And I'm like, okay. So I sit in my car and I wait, and I call the towing company. I let them know what's going on. I mean, perfect timing. They pulled up right as forensics was pulling up. The lady for forensics was amazing. She went down there. She did everything. They dusted. They got DNA. They got all kinds of stuff. Do I think they're going to do anything with it? Probably not. There's bigger fish to fry, and my car was found. You know what I mean? But I appreciated all of it. And so then I was like, okay, well, you can just have the car brought to my house. And so I did. The towing company brought it late that night. Raining. It's raining all up in the car. The car is wet on the inside because of all of the mud and the water in the river. It's not like river, like it's in the river. It's like before that, where it's soupy and it's nasty and all those things. So I don't want to misconstrue what I'm saying. And obviously you'll see pictures. And so once it comes, I'm like, that's when I break down. I just lose it. I'm just so emotional. And thankfully Chris found my spare key, and I was trying to get it to close the windows and start up, and it wouldn't. I'm like, well, they must have just drove it into the mud and just let it run until it's dead. So the next morning I go out there and I'm looking, and I cannot get this car to like get any electricity to it. So I open up the hood, and come to find out they took my battery. So what had happened was, I think a couple of teenagers were trying to get a joyride out of my car. Yes, the car was parked in my driveway. They were just having a little joyride. They saw that it was probably 4x4 and it would be really fun to put in the mud. But if you don't know how to drive in the mud, you can't do this and do it well. If you know, you know. And so she got stuck because they don't know what they're doing, and they ran. And then I believe that the homeless community, the homeless people living back there, took my battery, my car seat, my clothes I needed to return, chocolate pretzels, kid books, like Minnie Mouse coloring books, like children's books, sheets, things like that that were back there that I was going to donate, and then return some stuff, and then Emma's car seat. I felt that was really strange. I thought, why would teenagers take all that stuff? But it wasn't until Wednesday it dawned on me. I'm like, they did it. It was the homeless people. So now at this point, Thursday, where I am filming this voiceover, it is January 11th. I am waiting for the adjuster to come tomorrow morning and tell me if my car is going to be totaled. And I'm praying that it's not. I'm praying that it is not, because I have learned a lot about this whole situation. And I reluctantly did not get gap insurance because I've gotten it on every car and never needed it. And I can kick myself, so please, kind words. I could kick myself. I don't have gap insurance, but I put such a large amount of money down on this car to make the monthlies affordable that I thought I would have I thought I would have equity in the car. I felt like it's not that big of a deal. Absolutely not. So right now, as it stands, if they total out my car, I'm in big trouble. And I'm saying it flippantly now, but last night I had a full panic attack. So I'm telling you this story, and like I said on Instagram, obviously that's what's going on with my life. Story time with Lynn. It is crazy, but don't get too comfortable. The adjuster made it very clear. He's like, I wish I could tell everyone, don't get comfortable. Gated communities are a false sense of security. Usually thieves will target those areas. Do not leave anything of value in your car. Whatever you leave in your car, just imagine that it's going to be stolen, and if you don't care, then leave it. Your phone, your purse, your keys, obviously. Any clothing, any AirPods, anything that you don't want someone else to take, you better take it out of your car, because you just never know. And he's like, I see this every day, all day. To you, you're perfect. He's like, your little world, this is crazy to you, but I see it every single day. This is normal to me. And so I'm telling you this story because A, that's what's been going on with my life. B, I want you to stay vigilant, and I want you to stay aware of your surroundings. And I don't want you to be in the same situation I'm in, because there is a very good chance that I am going to have to pay huge for someone else's carelessness and someone else's just horrible acts. And I hate that. And it feels so unfair. I know life isn't fair, but it just feels really heavy, really heavy. And right now I can talk about it because I've literally removed myself from the situation as I do this quote unquote job and try to get this out. But if I am not focused on something else, I'm crying. It's devastating, to say the least. Now, it's not a person's life, and my family's healthy, and at the end of the day, that is utmost importance. But this still could be absolutely tragic to our family, and I don't want you to be in the same situation. So if you get a car, get gap insurance. Get gap insurance. And don't ever leave your keys in the car. If you live in a gated community, still lock your car. And don't leave anything in there that could get stolen. I didn't tell you, but they not only took my car, but they ransacked all of the other vehicles. They took my purse, my wallet, my keys, everything that meant anything to me. Anything that was in my wallet had all my identification. They took all of Chris's stuff. And I feel violated. I feel angry. And I just feel super unsettled and nervous. So, if you can think about it, I just send your good vibes, your prayers, your love, your encouragement, because it is scary. But it's a life lesson that I have learned. It slapped me right across the face. And if I can give you any advice, I want you to also learn from my mistake. Don't let your guard down. Lock your doors. Because of inflation and because of where we're at right now, felonies and car theft are more rampant now than they've ever been, and that's what they told me. So just be careful.
Flying higher than the stars, we'll be dancing till the dawn. The night is young, so are we. So close your eyes and set it free. Underneath the strobe lights, ready for a crazy night. I can hear your heartbeat banging loud like a drum. Let me be your only one. Feel what I feel. I'm addicted to the sound. Turn it loud, just make it play. When the love is all around, dream away with the music. I'm
That's a little box I made her so many years ago with my Cricut maker. You get the box from Michael's, put a little label on it. I call them board boxes. I fill them up with things the kids might want to do when they're bored. Take them in the car, or a restaurant, on vacation, and it keeps everything like in there. I love those so much. Next, I'm going to go under the bed. That was a huge area where the kids were just pushing things, and I'm going to clear out everything under there. This was quite interesting. We got a lot of laughs out of going under there.
Are you chopping our legs, my girls?
It's time!
Can't do this anymore. I've saved it for way too long.
Maybe, this is what I tell myself, maybe God's keeping me in this season because He's got something for me to learn and I haven't gotten it yet.
fit anymore. Oh crap. Oh, we have one. Huh? Oh, we more. Oh. I need to take a picture of you under there. Girl is. This is crazy. Okay, hold on. You can just take a little. I think this is. What did I do with that doll?
Which one?
The one that the fake American Girl doll. That's her shoe. Woo! Oh, here's the other shoe. Open it.
Say you don't. Just give me something so I can move on. Pull me closer or push me away. Let me know if we'll be okay. 'Cause I can't stand another moment of you playing with my mind. I'm so tired of never knowing, so spell it out. 'Cause I won't stay awake till morning. I won't stay another night. If you're feeling something for me, say it now. 'Cause I can't wait for you forever.
We are now tackling the closet. We were so tired and so worn out. We were like, we cannot do the closet. But once I'm in that state, I'm like, girl, I'm not leaving here until that closet's done. So quickly, like just super fast, we're just boom, going, bam, 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 bam. And that's what I did. Cleaned out the closet, made space for the floor. You saw that it was full of toys. I've never seen so many squashmallows in my life. But I honestly think it's so cute when kids hold on to things. I think it's just precious to me. But in the same sense, it's kind of hard to value everything you have if you have too much. So we're going to get rid of all of the clothes that don't fit. I'm going to go on the top. I'm going to fold everything and get rid of anything that we can and just make this space more functional for the long run. I hope that with this video, I know there was a lot of talking, but I hope I gave you some really practical tips on how to tackle a space for yourself, for your kids, or a family member. I also hope with this video it encourages you to get started as well, whether it's a closet, a drawer, a room, it doesn't matter. Just get started. You'll feel so proud of yourself. I'm also going to show you the 7 garbage bags that we got from all of this, plus all of the stuff that was in the trunk of my car. It's gone now, but it was in the trunk of my car. It was insane, but I felt so good doing this, and I felt so proud of myself.
If you're feeling something for me, say it now.
One common misconception is you need to buy pretty organizers and bins and totes and baskets to have a clean and organized space, and that is absolutely not true. Yes, it does help. It makes it more aesthetically pleasing, but the first thing you need to do to have a clean and organized space is just declutter. That is the main thing before you go out and buy anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you got a lot of practical tips, enjoyed my story time, and most of all, I hope it was inspirational and motivational to you guys. We got rid of 7 large bags plus filled the trunk of the car full. Thank you all so much for being here. Your time is so valuable, and I'm just really grateful. You are worthy. You are loved. Please make this world a better place. You have the ability to do that. Thank you all so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends. Welcome, my friends, to this week's video. We are going to be doing an extreme kitchen declutter and organize. We are going to be putting everything back, but before we do that, we're going to be getting rid of a ton of stuff, not keeping anything we don't need. So I hope you guys are ready to either sit back and watch or work and clean and declutter and organize with me. So in my last video, actually 2 videos ago, we did a huge kitchen remodel. This house was built in the 90s, and it was time to bring it up to date and make it the kitchen that would be more functional for our family. So I started with removing everything out of the cabinets. So I knew I wanted to do a huge declutter. When we moved from the last house, of course, we got rid of a ton of things that we just didn't need. But sometimes things just don't make the cut, or maybe they do make the cut, and they continue to travel with us from house to house. But I have been more and more determined to just leave those things in the past. I often get really caught up on if I spent money on it or if it was a gift. More so if it were a gift. If someone gives me something like a coffee mug or some dishes, anything, I always have a really hard time letting it go. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and when someone gives me a gift or just, is sharing something with me, just letting me know they were thinking of me, it is huge. It is so important to me. So I have a hard time. And oftentimes I will keep things simply because someone gave it to me. But I'm trying to be more confident in my choices the older I get, and just knowing what works for me and my life might not work for others. And that is okay. So I'm trying to get rid of the things that I just no longer need, that don't quote unquote bring me joy. So I took everything out of the cabinets, and we actually sold all those cabinets. I had mentioned that in our renovation video. And I'm going to clean these out. These are the new cabinets, and I know you guys already saw the way the kitchen was, but I just wanted to share what I was doing before I was putting everything back in there, because I do recommend, whether you've got new cabinets or the same cabinets that you've had, you want to clean out that space. So after you do that and you've got a nice clean space, I recommend lining your shelves with some liner. It really will preserve the integrity of the shelves in here. A lot of times when water hits it, it will start to warp. So that's a little side note. Also, I would line your drawers too. I did not do that, but I am already planning on, I found a huge roll while I was cleaning out my garage, so I'm planning to do that. I also use this bamboo divider I got from Walmart. Their bamboo dividers are phenomenal. I don't know how they compare to Amazon price-wise, but durability, they are 10 out of 10. I really like Walmart's organization stuff, especially the home edit line. It has never disappointed. So of course, with everything being out and exposed and open, I am going to be doing a huge declutter. I'm getting rid of so many things. Like I had mentioned before, I'm really trying to make some conscious effort to get rid of the things that just don't bring me joy, just don't fit in our home anymore. So that is what I'm going to be doing. And I'm doing this for the entire kitchen. I did share a little tidbit of when I was doing it to the medicines and all of those types of things, but I'm going to include that into this video because I'm going to show you how it looks after I did it. But I was a mad woman. I went through here and I just did not care. I was not holding on to it. I was so done. I'm so done of holding on to things that just take up space. I need it to have value. I need it to be worth something for me. And it was really, I was motivated. So I got rid of a ton of stuff. When you start your decluttering journey, I want to just give you a little bit of encouragement. Do not hold your home or your organization skills or your decluttering skills or anything to anyone else, okay? You have to make it work for you. And a lot of times the things that we see on social media is just not real. I mean, it's just not real. And I just want you to remind yourself, when you leave someone's page or video or, Instagram account or TikTok, and you're thinking like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get my house together? Why am I not like that kind of mom? Why am I not like this wife or this mother? Why doesn't my house look like that? I want you to stop right there, and I want you to really evaluate how you are feeling when you leave the platform. And if you're not feeling motivated, encouraged, inspired, and like you want to be a better version of yourself, then I want you to immediately stop watching that person, because that's not real. And time is too precious and too valuable for you to be hung up on comparing your life or your house, your kids, your organization, your cleaning skills, your decluttering skills, you fill in the blank, to anyone else. You were given your life for a reason, and that does not mean it's always perfect and it's always good. And it is totally normal and natural, because we are human, to want more for ourselves and to often, compare our lives. It's normal and it's natural. But if it's not encouraging you to be a better version of yourself, if it's not inspiring you, then it is not valuable to you and you need to let it go. And I want to just really send that home, because I'm telling you, I might be on here motivating you guys, hopefully inspiring you guys, hopefully, but I struggle with the same old things. I don't know how many times that I have turned around and gotten the phone away from my face, or the TV or the computer out of my face, and looked around at my house and felt bad. And felt like, why can't I keep my house clean like hers? Why am I not making little dinosaur shaped grilled cheeses for my kids like her? Do you know what I mean? And we don't have time for that. It's 2024, and this is the year for us to just let that go. Let's just show up exactly how we are. And I have mentioned to you guys so many times before that when you're here, you're family. And I want you to show up exactly the way you are. Messy, broken, imperfect, because friend, I am too. So let's do this together. I am here to inspire you, motivate you, and encourage you to make your house a home, something that you love, your refuge, your haven. And I do that by bringing these videos to you. But I am going to show up in the most authentic, raw version of myself from here on out. And I want you to promise me that you're going to do the same thing.
Emma,
you want to give the dog a treat? That's for Ruby. This is it. Hey, this is for Hazel. Thank you. This is another one of those areas that has already been organized when I did the first phase of the kitchen. So I will do a better job of linking those videos. I said I was going to do it in the video before last when I had the kitchen renovation, and I forgot. I am the world's worst linker, if that's even a word. I do not do a good job of that, and I want to apologize. So please let me know if I haven't added something or a link isn't working. I just am not good at that, and I am owning it, and I vow to do better, because I get a lot of questions about, where is this link? Where's that link? I'm like, oh my gosh. So I apologize. I just want to show up and say I apologize. And I also think it's kind of funny that we're in February and I'm looking at the Christmas tree. But like I said, I did this video back in November. So I'm going to continue to declutter this area, reorganize it. I've got to move things around because we got new cabinets above the fridge. And so I had to work things around a little bit. But I wanted to, if you listened to that whole message just a moment ago, I want to say thank you. I have really been struggling with getting burned out. True transparency, I have been so burned out for very many years. And I've tried to evaluate why. Because I know I've always felt like, my purpose is here to motivate people. My goal here is, I've struggled with mental health things and postpartum depression and all those things. And I have a heart for people, and I have a heart for people who struggle, because I have a lot. And so my goal here is, I just don't want you to feel alone, and I want to do life with you. And decluttering and organizing and cleaning and decorating are things that I have already always done my whole life. And so that is just the vessel in which I can bring hopefully an encouraging message, or time with a friend, or understanding, motivation. That's just the vessel in which I bring it. And I have really just felt burned out, because if I'm just being honest, it just gets really, really hard to keep up. I never, ever have felt like I fit in to the YouTube moms. I felt like I've tried. I feel like I'm just not them. And I've struggled because it's been negative in my mind. But the older I get, I am thankful for the clarity and the wisdom that comes with age. And I'm at a point in my life, and actually I've been at this point for a little while now, just really becoming into my own, but I just don't care. I don't care to fit in. I don't care to be like anybody else. I don't want to be like anyone else. I don't want my house to look like anybody else's. I don't want my content to be like anyone else's. I want to be Lynn. I want to be my own person. And I want to be my own niche. I want to do my own thing. And there is so much freedom in not caring. I know that sounds bad, but it is. And so, I don't know. I just wanted to share that message with you all, because I think for you all, if you get into that comparison rut, there is so much freedom in just not caring. Putting your head down, staying in your own lane, and doing your own thing. There is something quite beautiful, encouraging, and inspiring about that. And I want to encourage you to do the same. To help save money when you are going through this process, it is very easy to want to go out and buy all new bins and everything because they look pretty and it's great. But if I were you, I would go ahead and declutter everything and then put your items in piles, medicines, seasonings, everything. Just put them in like piles of like items, and then you know exactly what you need if you need anything to organize it all. So don't go out and buy all the things. Know what you need first. And yes, it will take a little bit of time to get to that place, because for me, I like to have all the stuff there. So when I'm in the flow, I'm in the zone, I'm getting it all done at once. But in efforts to save some serious money, because organization things can be quite pricey at times, go ahead and put your things in in piles first, so you know exactly what you need. And also don't forget about thrift stores. I go to hospice stores. That's just I think they fund maybe hospice. I don't know why they call it hospice stores, but it's a thrift store. I've had you guys ask me that before, but Goodwill, Salvation Army, local thrift stores, Facebook Marketplace, Ask Friends and Family. A lot of times people just want to get rid of stuff. They don't want it anymore, and they would, instead of getting rid of it and donating it, they would much rather give it to someone they know. So don't be too scared to ask, like, hey, does anyone have any organization items that you no longer need? I could take off your hands. Don't be shy to say that. People can say no. If you have a good relationship with someone, that won't be, abnormal at all. And check out Facebook Marketplace. Again, a lot of people are getting rid of stuff for really super cheap. And then, like I said, thrift stores are always a go-to. If I have to choose, I will always go to a local thrift store before I go to any big chain-like ones. If I am going to go to a bigger one, I'll go to Salvation Army first. I prefer that one over Goodwill personally. I find Goodwill to be very I don't know. I just think their prices are out of control. I don't know what they think they're trying to sell, but it's crazy to me. The Salvation Army, I think, is pretty humble still. So for me personally, I like them, but the local ones are by far the best.
Let's be in the present. I don't wanna sweat it. I just wanna start all over. Just wanna start all over. All over.
I like to pull everything out all at once. That way, if I need to move things around and not put the same items back in that drawer, even if it's organized, I can do so. That's what I'm doing here. I know I wanted to keep that one drawer for all of the pencils and school type items. The next drawer is going to be for more school supplies, papers, and things like that. But I wanted to be able to have everything out in front of me so I could go ahead and make sure I wanted to put it back in that drawer. So pulling everything out can seem quite overwhelming, but I find it to be very helpful because you can really evaluate everything that you need to organize. I love those little zip up pouches. They're great for games, but I also like to put our manuals in there. A long time ago, menus would go in there, but I don't really have a lot of menus around anymore now that everything's online. But they're really durable, really strong. I also like to keep extra things from the kitchen. Like when we got the new cabinets, we got extra little brackets for the shelves and things like that. So when you order from Amazon, they will give you a whole bunch of different sizes and they're great. I highly recommend those. And I have not been able to find them anywhere else but Amazon. I think Temu had them, but I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I have not purchased from Temu in quite some time. Their stuff was fine, but the longer I had it, I felt like the quality wasn't there. So I made a conscious effort to discontinue working with them and ordering from them. This was in the other junk drawer and I decided to move it over into the island. The drawers here are kind of hard to get into, so I just put the things that I don't need the most kind of further in the back. When we had this island built, we did not take into consideration the overhang of the granite. You live and learn, but I still really love having the drawers here. But I got this little organizer from Home Goods and I love it. Their organization is probably the most affordable. TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Marshalls, all those places, even more so than Amazon in my opinion. So I'm bringing everything over here, getting it all organized. I want everything to have a home. I want everything to be organized so my mind and my thoughts can be organized. That is probably why I like to organize so much. But I'm going to put this all over here and have it conveniently in the island so if anyone needs it, they can have it. And it's also along with everything else, kind of junk drawer-ish, like, you know, the pens, the papers, and all the things. I love the Home Edit line. All of their products have been so good, so durable, and I think pretty good price for what you're getting. So sturdy. You can find similar items on Amazon, but I just like how sometimes they have their stuff bundled. Really good prices. I think it's like $25 for like a whole bundle. This whole little kit here for the drawer was a $25 kit, and you can buy additional pieces to it. So I had the bamboo organizer that I had originally put in here, that it just had so much of this wasted space. So I wanted to try to utilize the space better. These are really big drawers, so I can get a lot in here, but I want it in something, if that makes sense. So you'll see what I do in just a moment. I'm going to organize all of the utensils and actually take apart the bamboo organizer to make it work better for this space. I didn't want to go and spend a lot of money, but I knew I wanted these clear acrylic organizers mainly because they're really easy to wash out. I don't know what it is about the silverware drawer, but how does it get so gross and so nasty? And this particular bamboo, when it gets wet, it warps. It is from Amazon, and it's lasted a pretty long time. I've had it since I had the last house, but I just feel like it warps. It just doesn't, I don't know. I don't know. So I wanted to get the acrylic organizers. Like I said, always make sure you need what you need before you just go out and start buying stuff. So I had this on my list. Easy to clean, it's clear, it doesn't have a lot of visual weight, so that's a win-win for me. But just see how I put everything in here. I really want you to use what you have first. Get creative, like I always say, think outside of the box and make it work. Whatever you have, make it work for your space. Even if you go and you get something and maybe it's for a bathroom or for a pantry, don't limit it to just that area. You make what you have work for any space in your house. We do plan on getting a pull-out drawer for this area. It's really hard to get the pots and pans in and out of here because this drawer, or this cabinet, excuse me, is pretty deep. I just have not added it to the cart yet, but I plan on ordering that soon. But I'm going to continue to show you what I have already organized. This is what I did quite some time ago, but I'm just kind of giving you that tour, and we're going to organize some more areas in the cabinet. The areas that get the most traffic are the areas that are the hardest to keep organized. You really want to stay on top of it regularly, and it can seem rather daunting to say that every day you need to tidy your house or every day you need to put things back where they go, especially when you've already spent time on organizing those items. But it's true. And if you can do that just a little bit, just a minute here and there every single day, you won't have to spend an entire day decluttering and organizing again. So this is a very high traffic area. I've got all of Chris's NutriBullet items on the top, as well as all of his protein powders. We love supplements, i.e. me. I love supplements. If there is anything that will catch me quick, like with my money, it is supplements. They will promise me everything in the world and I will believe them. I love supplements. I have learned, I've gotten that from my grandmother. She also loves supplements, but I'm trying to like rein it back in a little bit. So this area does get pretty full quick. Now I've been really good. I know what I like and I'm sticking with those things. I've tried a few new supplements, but only one that I can say is life-changing is saffron. And so I've talked about that on my Instagram a little bit. Saffron has changed my life. It has made me feel happier and balanced and just a million wonderful, great things. So this little area, I like to keep any of the prescription medications in my bathroom. I have also talked about when you live with an addict, which was my ex-husband, you see medications very, very differently, and I will always handle them very, very differently. It's just who I am. We originally filled the top of one of the drawers here with all of the espressos, or Nespresso pods, tea and coffee, but it needed to be very organized to look nice, I guess you would say. It just looked really messy. That's the only way I can put it. And I do not want to line up K-Cup pods and Nespresso pods. So this was the next best thing for me. You saw that this was the home edit line, and what I love about these is they can stack, which is awesome. All their stuff can, and it fits perfectly in these cabinets. So upper cabinets are all usually only about 12 inches deep. It fits so good in here, and if I wanted to remove the shelf, I could definitely stack them all. That's another thing I like to really stress the importance of. You make organization work for you. If you don't want to line up K-Cups and espresso pods, do not do it. Just throw them in a bin. If you do not want to fold your laundry, then throw it in a bin if that works for you. If you find that, putting toilet paper in the kitchen works for you, then do that. You have to make it work for you and your life. And when you do that, you are more likely to keep up with it. So in a moment, you will see all of the other items that I have already organized in a previous video, like your brown sugar, flour, granola, dried apples, things like that. I will say it was the Better Homes and Gardens brand from Walmart, and I do not feel that they are really airtight. The dried apples got very stale and soft, and the granola did as well. So that makes me feel that it's not extra airtight like it should, these right here. So just use your own discernment when you get these. I don't think they're really that worth it. Friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's ultimate, major, extreme kitchen declutter and organize. We got a lot done. It feels really good to have everything in its home and in a space. I also have some drawers that I haven't even filled up yet, which feels really good, and I am in no rush to put something in there yet. I am also going to go ahead and roll up all of the rags and things like that, but You'll see that in another video. But I just wanted to thank you all so much. If this video brought you some value, whether you enjoyed hanging out with me or you're motivated to do something in your own home, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and join the community. We would love to have you here. We want you to join us. And go ahead and like this video. It helps out my channel a ton. And I just want to take a moment and say thank you. Thank you for being here. Time is so precious and so valuable. And the fact that you spent it with me means the world to me, sincerely and genuinely. I love you all so much. And don't forget, you are loved and you are worthy and you make this world a better place. I will see you in next week's video. Bye. Hello everyone, I am so glad you are here today. In today's video, we are going to be doing a deep clean, declutter, and organizing. I'm also going to be showing you the plans for upcoming projects, and we're just going to be getting a lot of stuff done today.
They just paint in the blue, and I can still shake the feeling that I'm lonelier with you. The faces all around me, they just paint in the blue, and I can still shake the feeling.
So this is considered Emma's bathroom, or the half bath. It is the only one downstairs other than mine. It's got a full tub in it. And I organized everything when we first moved in, but it's just not working anymore, which I assumed that's how it would be because, you know, things are a lot different when you're trying to put stuff away when you're moving in. So today we're just going to get it really organized and deep clean. So I am going to organize all of this. This bathroom has kind of been like an eyesore for me. We've been doing a lot of projects in the house. We plan on doing this one, but this is gonna be like a DIY special. The layout of the bathroom is fine, and although later on in life, maybe I would want to change the footprint a little bit, but as of right now, it is what it is, and that's like way later down the road. We need to do the boys' bathroom for sure, and I'll show you that one in a little bit. I'm also going to show you what we're going to do to that bathroom. Now, you guys know that when we bought this house, the way it looked, and we've been doing a ton of projects, even though this home was built in the 90s, the way the house is, it looks like a cottage home. So I'm running with it. I've always wanted one of those. I have always wanted an old Southern antebellum home. So I am making this that. So in a perfect world, I'd love to take this down. Maybe I can, maybe Chris can. He has renovated multiple bathrooms. I have been using this program called Millinote, and if you're like me, you have so many things in your mind. And you're a really creative person, and you've got a good eye, but putting it in order can be a challenge. It is for me. I have so many thoughts in my head. I can put there in Millinote and it organizes it all for me. But I'm gonna show you how I use Millinote because I can tell you all day long what I want and what I envision. But I'm just gonna show you real quick the board that I'm doing for here, and it'll give you an idea of how I organize these projects. Hopping here on Millinote, I'm going to show you how I organize all of my projects. This is an amazing app, and also it is on your desktop. So you have flexibility there, and it is great for visual people like us, creative people. It helps organize all of the projects. So when you are ready to have something, you're able to put everything in your mood board. You can go from links and pictures online, pictures in the actual program itself, which is awesome. Here is my downstairs bathroom mood board. I'm going for a French country look, also antiques and things like that. So on this particular board, I actually took pictures from the internet and added them right here. This is how I wanted to start it. I wanted to just get an idea and see how it all came together. And as you can see, it looks really cohesive. It looks really beautiful. So when I really get into it in any of my projects, this is where I start first. So you can also go into Millinote itself and find images. So there's flexibility there as well. You don't have to just find something and screenshot it. So I'm going to show you right here. I'm actually going to type in French country, and you'll see what pops up. So I always tell you guys to think outside of the box, and that is what you want to do here. This is a place to just let your imagination go wild. And it is so great for so many people. If you're in the workplace or you're at home, students, the sky is the limit who can use this program. Anyone who is creative and wants to organize your projects, this is for you. So I showed you the other pictures, and here are some others that I picked up. This is going to be vintage bathroom. Now you can type in whatever you want, and so many beautiful pictures and images pop up that you are able to pull inspiration from. And that is how I do everything. So I have ideas in my mind, but to see it right in front of me helps me stay on task. I'm not the greatest with staying on task when it comes to projects or basically anything in my life. So this has been so helpful to do that for me. I also really like that you can do multiple mood boards. Like I said, think outside of the box. So this is the boys' bathroom. This is the upstairs bathroom. And I like that I can add a note here. So if you want to collaborate with someone, you can actually share your boards with them. And not only can you share it with them, they can also edit them if they want, add things, and they can be an active participant in your mood board, in your project, in your design. I even hesitate to say it's like a mood board because it's so much more than that. Yes, everything is right here, but you really have to think about everything that you can do here. So I'm going to show you. I added my note, and then I showed you that you can add someone and they can collaborate with you. They can also just look at it. They don't have to do that. They don't have to have the rights to be able to do that, which is really cool. So if you just want to share it with someone, that's great. But so I'm going to show you how I also add links. So if you don't want to add pictures from the internet or images like that, or you want to do both, you can do both. So I love these vintage looking mirrors, and Wayfair has a ton of them. So I just went to the website of your choosing. That's what you can do. I chose Wayfair for an example where I wanted to add this mirror, and I'm going to copy the link. When you go back to Milanote, there is a link icon on the left hand side, and you can basically just drag it over wherever you want and be able to add the link. So everything's right there if you choose to go back and order it. Or it's just great to be able to know, hey, I saw that mirror, it was from Wayfair, I'm adding a link, and I can go right there and there is the picture of it. I wanted to give you guys a little update on what we're doing with our home. It's great to have all of the projects right here. I want you to know that Milanote is actually available for free, so there's no time limit. You can sign up using the link in my description box and just listen, you can start your next creative project. I'll have everything down there for you, and if you want to tag me on Instagram so I can check out the projects, and I will be sharing more and more of what we do with these projects, and I will have all my mood boards that I'll share with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little tidbit into my mind. That's basically like an organized list of what's going on in my mind for all the projects I want to do in the home. I've been doing really good. I'm gonna tell you, I was talking to Amanda and we were like, I said, girl, how in the world are we continuing to organize after we organize and we continue to organize, and we're not buying to organize more, but we still need to organize? And she said, one simple answer, girl, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, I do the Costco thing, you know, and that's fine. But how do I have so much stuff? I just feel like it's growing and it's like oozing from every spot in this house, and it's just a lot. Oh, FYI, Walmart, if you can hear me, if I ask for a COVID test, don't send me a marijuana test. What am I gonna do with this? Like, nope, I just need to get rid of it. I need to throw it away. See, that's what happened. In my mind, I'm like, I'll just keep it just in case. Maybe one day. I have never in my life, and I mean this seriously, needed a marijuana test, and I won't need one now, so I'm gonna get rid of it. See, that's how it happens. I just answered my own question. That's how it happens.
You remind me of Friday fever when the sun went down.
what you're doing, get rid of the trash. Oh my gosh. What in the world is this? Y'all. Do y'all see that? That's liquid. That is from one of these damp rid things. Nasty. What? It's foaming. When you have things that you have to do in your home, what do you guys listen to? I know a lot of you guys tell me you listen to these videos and other videos as well. I usually am not actually watching the videos if they're on the screen. I just like the music. And sometimes, it feels like you have a friend there with you. So I really like that. It's amazing how you can feel so connected with someone that you've never even met. And I love that. That is one of the awesome things about this community. I'm so glad you are here and you are a part of it. But I have really been getting into the podcast again. So let me know if you have any recommendations in the comments below. I love a good Audible podcast. Just kind of motivate me and inspire me. Really love those as well. And I wanted to also add this little note. I'm folding my hand towels, and I want to let you know you can have mixed match towels and still be succeeding in life. I have learned that it is okay.
I'll be waiting outside. A little bit tongue-tied.
I'm spraying the tub down with this Dawn spray wash. I really like this stuff, but I'm also using the paste here, the pink stuff. It is so caked in there and like almost too hard to even get out. It's hard. So I just get a little water in there and mix it around and just grab clumps of it because I'm just going to use it until it's completely gone. Even if it's not so convenient, just because that makes sense to me. But I'm going to get all this coloring off of the tub and the walls. We like to get Emma these little bath crayons, and they're so good for her to play. Isabella came in here and drew all over the wall, which was so sweet. We left it for quite some time, but I wanted to take it down because I know that it will probably stain the tiles if we leave it too long. And if you get it in the grout lines, it can stain as well. I'm going to use this little plastic bin I got from Target years ago and put some of my makeup in here. I feel like I'm really cramped in our master bathroom. So I've been bringing everything in here. I feel like I have more room. I even like taking showers in here. I prefer it. I don't know what it is about our bathroom, but I just feel like the walls are like coming in on me. I can't really explain it. But so I come in here, just make what works. And I'm going to organize these little drawers in here in the cabinets, get all the stuff out of here that we don't need, that's just been sitting here. And like I had mentioned, I'm so particular about what we're keeping because I'm just tired of carrying it from room to room, house to house. And I'm just not going to do it anymore. And I will say I have had moments where I'm like, darn, I got rid of whatever it was and I missed it. But if I missed it bad enough, I would buy it again, and I have yet to go and repurchase something I've gotten rid of. When I clean toilets, all I do is wipe the entire toilet down from top to bottom and all around the floor and baseboards with Clorox wipes. And then I use my Clorox little toilet wand thingies. Love them. It makes it easy. I prefer that over an actual toilet brush. And I like just having everything right there. I cannot keep a toilet brush looking nice. I don't know what it is, but I would just rather drop that little thing in the trash and let it go. But that's how I do it. Nothing fancy, nothing amazing. It's really quick and easy. I've taught my kids to do it as well, although we are perfecting that. And you will see what I'm talking about later on in this video when I go and I clean their bathroom. She's clean. Now, in between cleaning there and filming, I stopped, cleaned the kitchen, made ooey gooey butter cake, vacuumed the floors, put freshener on all the carpets, vacuumed with a Kirby, reorganized some things, totally reorganized and decluttered her area here. Cleaned lipstick off of here and here. Those are all the things I did. Oh, and cleaned under the stairs. What else did I do? Oh, and went upstairs, vacuumed everything, cleaned or vacuumed all the stairs, which let me show you what the stairs look like right now. They're in the process of being redone. I feel like it just opens this whole area up so much. What else did I do? Yeah. So sometimes I will come on here and I will film every single thing I'm doing. Sometimes I like to have the video to be a little more organized. So I knew I was doing the bathroom, so I just did everything out and then I went back to the bathroom and filmed because that's just the way it goes. But it feels so good that it's done. Now, I think I'm going to Windex the table and we'll see. The kitties love to get up here during the day. The birds come right over here. They have so much fun watching them. Both cats will get up there. And so the mirrors get really yucky. I don't even know how because they don't go outside very often, but there are paw marks and little handprints all over it. So I wanted to go ahead and take care of this just to finish up this area. I also went into the dining room and did the mirror in there. And then we are going to move on to the boys' bathroom and the upstairs bedroom, well, their bedroom. So as I've gotten older, I've talked about this, I have just really been coming into my own, and I am learning to stand up for myself and say the things that I need. And I finally, and you guys might be surprised, but I'm very much a people pleaser. I want everyone to be happy, and I feel absolutely and utterly shattered and mortified if I upset someone. I just do. It breaks my heart, and it's never my intention. So I'm trying to learn to just be stronger and feel like I can speak up for myself. And so I told Chris, listen, I know this might sound strange, but one of the things that really heals my soul and gives me rest and almost, I would say, fill up my cup is having alone time in my home to be creative, to clean, just to be. Because I'm the type of person, if anyone is in my house, I feel obligated to tend to them. And I want to tend to them. I love them. But sometimes I need to do things for me. So I've been learning to stand up for myself. And so on this day, this is actually Super Bowl Sunday, I said, can I please have some time before I head to my mom's? He said, yes, absolutely. And then he texted me a couple hours later, said, how you doing? I said, good, I'm enjoying myself. And he said, don't even worry about coming. I've got everyone, you're good. And I'm so thankful for that because it is so healing and so freeing for me to be able to just move freely in my home and to feel like I can just do what I need to do and no one needs anything from me. It might be strange that it's cleaning, but I love it. It just calms my whole nervous system. So I want to encourage you guys to stand up for what you need in your life as well. Having to wash the bedding. Obviously you have to wash it regularly, but on this day I wasn't planning on doing everything, but I had noticed that a little kitty decided to go potty upstairs on Noah's bed, and I was sickened to my core. So we actually took everything off, and then I got him a new mattress and tried to figure out what cat did it, but it really didn't matter because it was done. And it just happens. There's nothing, it's not my fault. It's no one's fault, but I was just grossed out. I'm just being honest. I was super grossed out. Yeah. Isn't it weird though? Like when something like that happens, you almost feel embarrassed. I felt embarrassed, but why? Why would I feel embarrassed? It's not like I did it and I went and I took care of it, but I did. I felt embarrassed in my own home. And I feel like after thinking about it, I'm like, that's silly. Like, who cares? It happens. It's not your fault. So, and that's one of the things that I'm really like owning about my thoughts in my mind is why be embarrassed? Why feel shame? Why feel any of that stuff when it comes to our home? If we're doing our best, then it's the best that we can do. And that's just all there is to it. And it really just comes down to just being content in your own home, in your own space, in your own body and in your own mind. And that is so very, very hard to do. I know it has been for me, but there's a freedom in that. There's such a freedom. There were a very, very long period of my life where I wouldn't dare let someone walk through my house without calling me first. And then when they would let me know, I would be like a mad woman cleaning and stressing myself out to the max, to where when people came over, I wasn't enjoying myself. I was exhausted and I was looking at everything around my home. Now, I don't do that. I try to keep it clean. I try to take care of it. I get it tidied as much as possible. But if people come over and it's a mess, I'm like, I'm sorry, we live here. And I no longer feel embarrassment about that, because I am literally just doing my best. And some days are better than others. Some days I'm like, wow, I've got this thing down. And other days I have the wrong shoes on and stains on my shirt. So you know what? I just consider it balance. Whenever I clean up here, I know I've always got to do a thorough vacuum. My amazing neurodivergent child always likes to pick on things, and if there's foam up here from like a package, or we had a little pillow, he picked the inside of it out. It was everywhere, and it can be super frustrating. But one thing I have learned, when you realize that the weaknesses or the things that society deems weaknesses and holdbacks really are their superpower. And when you learn that, I really feel like you can teach them they can accomplish anything. So this is the upstairs bathroom. This is the bathroom that the 4 boys they share. And I've done deep cleans in here before, only just a couple. I will generally have them stay on top of it. As you can see, that is not the case today. In my mind, I just assume if I tell them to clean the bathroom, they're going to do it, and they will. But if I don't remind them to clean the bathroom, they won't. And I haven't. I just kind of assumed that if it's nasty, they would clean it. But I also have to remember they're kids, and that's just not on the forefront of most kids' minds. So when I saw this, I was floored, literally floored. And truthfully, it was another one of those instances where I felt embarrassed. But you know what? Instead of just wasting my time and energy feeling embarrassed, I'm going to clean it. And one thing we did do, we have a digital planner that we have mounted to the wall. So we have 4 weeks of the month. We have 4 boys. Each boy has to take a Saturday to clean it. And if they want to do it earlier, they can. But everybody has to do it. And that goes from my oldest, who's 18, to the youngest boy, who is about to be 10. So that has been really helpful. In the last house, I actually took them in each bathroom. We had quite a few. I think we had 4 in the last house, and showed them exactly how to clean it with the Clorox wipes, and wiping from the top all the way to the bottom, the baseboards, the floor around it, the base of the toilet, even inside, especially inside. But they know how to do it. So when I told them this is what we're going to be doing, this can't get like this. It's not healthy for us. It's gross, but it's not even healthy for us to be breathing in all of that. We know this bathroom has a ton of issues. So that's just like a whole nother topic. Yeah, like I had showed you earlier what we're planning on doing with it. But we asked the owner, we saw some stains on the ceiling. We asked the owner if maybe it had a leak, and he acted oblivious. He said this bathroom was never used. And I'm telling you right now, we've been in the house since May, and there is no way. I saw this bathroom when we moved into it. It wasn't pretty. There's no way that this happened in just these few months. Not the cracking in the floor, not the micro cracks all in the tile. So I was kind of frustrated. Okay, I was really frustrated that he lied. Because again, I saw the bathroom before we moved in, and he slapped a whole bunch of caulk on this bathroom. And when you're moving in, like, I just didn't really pay attention to it. Like, I saw it and I was like, oh, okay. And then I just moved on, right? But when we like actually moved into the home and I started cleaning and putting things away, that's when I was like, we have a serious issue here. So when we were getting our granite installed, the guy said, oh yeah, I remember this house had a leak upstairs. And we dug deeper into it. And yeah, he said, nope, I have no idea what you're talking about. This bathroom was never used. This is not a bathroom that has never been used. I've lived in a brand new home. I know what it looks like when my boys have been in a bathroom, and it isn't this bad. Now, obviously, surface level stuff, yes, that's them. But we're talking like the cracks in the tile, the floor, the baseboards cracking, the wall behind the cabinet is actually falling away. Like, it's just so frustrating. Now, in Florida, if you don't disclose issues, you can get in a lot of trouble for that. So we actually had a mold guy come out, and he said, we won't know anything until we start pulling things out. So that's kind of what we're going to have to do right now. I'm just going to clean it really good, get it better. What I do is like, I get it to a state of like the beginning, like the deepest clean I can possibly do. And then it's like, okay, you guys have to keep this up, and we will be coming up here to make sure, because it's your responsibility to do this. You're old enough to have these responsibilities. So that's what I'm doing today. This is kind of like step one, and then they'll have to take it over. But we won't really know the severity of the issues in this bathroom until we start pulling everything out. So that Clorox did not even touch it. You can see here. So we're using Mold Armor. We got this from Lowe's, and this stuff is a miracle. I can't wait to show you how well it cleaned. It was incredible. So if you're struggling with mold and mildew, just skip the Clorox and go straight to this.
Not through words, not through songs, not through whispers, not through phones. When I look at you, I know that got me in a state of mind, traveling through wasted time. Think of how I will rewrite every single song. As far as I can go now, I keep repeating overgrown. I think of if you passing by, round the corner meet my eyes. I don't know what we would say, but got me in a state of mind, traveling through wasted time. Think of how I will rewrite every single song. You got me in a state of mind, traveling through wasted time. Think of how I will rewrite every single song.
As I had stated when I first was doing the boys' bedroom, this was previously recorded, not this part right here, but cleaning the boys' bedroom, organizing that, and then the clips of the bathroom where I was deep cleaning it. That was all actually filmed in January. So like I had mentioned, I like to kind of keep things organized. Sometimes I have videos where they're all over the place, but I like to keep it organized. So I did a huge deep clean in here January 19th, and I did it in their bedroom as well because it was Josiah's birthday and we had friends coming over and I wanted to make sure it looked really, really nice. So, but that's when I had sprayed all the Clorox, and then truthfully, I just walked away. And then, listen, one thing about me, when I'm in, I'm in. But when I walk away, it is gone to me. It's like it never even happened. So this is just the truth. So I came back up here and I was like, oh my gosh, we have to start all over again. So that's when I used the Mold Armor. I had thought that the Clorox would have taken care of it, but when I came back up here yesterday, I realized We're not even close. So that mold armor is a miracle. But with any of those products, put a mask on, put a towel over your face, hold your breath. Don't be breathing that in, then put the fan on and walk out for at least an hour. That's what I do because I have respiratory issues and you don't want to be breathing that stuff in. So now I'm just taking some regular antibacterial hand soap because I can't even tell you how limited my time is these days. And so I just used that, and I got some super hot water and a rag, and I went to town. And I did the floors, as you saw, the doors, and the cabinets. One of the biggest things that I could tell you for someone who wants to do a deep clean, you don't have to buy gadgets and gimmicky things. Some soap and water and a rag will go a really long way. Now, I love my mop, which there's a link down in the description box. I love my mop. It does make life easier. But all the other stuff, I have learned that I can find ways to have what I have around the house before I go and buy it. So that's just a little tidbit of information. Don't feel like you have to wait to go buy whatever it is to get going. Just do it and you can find a way. But look how incredible this looks. This is so much better, and I cannot wait to do this bathroom. But we just did the stairs, and we have a lot of projects that need to be done, so we'll see. This is a bathroom we'll have to do on our own, like the downstairs one. So I love y'all, and I appreciate you, and I'm so thankful that you're here. And just remember, you are important and you matter, and you were made for big things. You are capable of hard things because you are amazing. I love y'all so much, and I hope you have an amazing week. I'll see you next week.